All right, perfect. The sun is like right in my face. Hey, what's going on, guys? I figured I would broadcast from Epcot live. It's the Day of the Dead, Dias de la Mortes. So let's remember everybody that's passed away, kind of moved on from our physical world into whatever it may be. It may we might be right with Catholicism or Buddhist or you know. I digress. But it's the Day of the Dead. Figured I would celebrate being in Mexico at Epcot. I don't know really how long this will be. I just have some points that I want to touch on. But first, cheers to everybody that's passed away. There you go. That's a good start. So I ended up finding a website. I mean, a lot of people have posted this, but it's something interesting that I'm going to try to do at the first of the month is talk about all the games that are being released during the month, or maybe not every single game, but at least hot titles. So the things that I've come up with are going to be Call of Duty is coming out on the 4th, which is interesting because Battlefield already came out, and me and my friends have been playing Battlefield. So it's pretty good. It's good. I can't complain. The weapons are great. It's true to life, I feel. I mean, I wasn't alive during World War I, but it's the accuracy is not as good as, say, Hardline. It's not a futuristic battle, so but it's good. The maps are huge. They're ginormous. And the tanks, it's hard to take down tanks because you don't have RPGs and things like that. So it's good. I do like Battlefield. I'll touch on that in a little bit later. But so November 4th, we have Call of Duty. And then we also have Mario Party Star Rush coming out for the DS, which is interesting that Mario Party is still a thing. And I don't hate on Mario Party because I love it. Well, I used to love it. But Mario Party 1 and 2 were kind of like the thing. And the fact that they keep coming out with them. Now this goes up to 2 to 4 players. It's going to be multiplayer through, I guess, Nintendo, through the internet. And I don't know much about it, but being called Star Rush, I would imagine you're kind of just doing your own kind of walk around, trying to get as many stars as you can. And let's go over to November 8th. We have Harvest Moon Sky Tree Village. Now, of course, it's another Harvest Moon. That's going to be a lot of farming and things like that. I've never played a Harvest Moon. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm just saying it's coming out, and I know that there are Harvest Moon fans out there. November 11th, Dishonored 2. That's a big deal. Dishonored 2, I think, is going to be excellent. It's going to be a game that's going to involve a lot of time, a lot of stealth, a lot of just a lot of gameplay. It's going to be something that people that are familiar with that kind of complicated game are going to enjoy. November 15th is going to be the Assassin's Creed collection, which, listen, I've had enough of it. I'm done. Stop Assassin's Creed. I'm over it. I don't want any more of it. So let's remaster it and bring the shit out again. We're going to have Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations together, which I get it. It's all following one of the main characters, but I don't care to replay them. They're garbage. It's the same game over and over again. That's fine. Whatever. And then we also have... and it doesn't even come with the multiplayer. So, I mean, really, you're just going to replay the storyline that is repetitious as ever. And then that's it. Great. You replayed Assassin's Creed. Watch Dogs 2 comes out November 15th also, which I don't know how I feel about Watch Dogs 2. I played Watch Dogs 1. I beat it to completion. I got a platinum on it. But I just don't think I'm going to invest any more time in Watch Dogs because it was kind of... I'm just playing with my notes. Of course, I have notes. I don't have somebody in front of me like that I can read in front, but, Watch Dogs 2, I think it's going to be the same shit. It's going to be the same gameplay. Yeah, great, you're a different character, it's a different style, but it's going to be repetitious. By the time you beat the game, you're going to be hacking the same things, you're going to be doing the same things. Like, when you first started Watch Dogs, I understand it was decent. You get in there and you're like, oh, I can hack this, and oh, I can do that. But then, like, by the third or fourth mission, you're like, okay, I'm hacking this, I'm doing this. Waste of time, really. I wanted it to be more vast, more expanded, and I'll wait for it to be on the bargain rack. That's just my opinion. Go play it if you want. November 18th, big day, Sun and Moon. I know a lot of people are waiting for Sun and Moon, Pokemon Sun and Moon. It's going to change the evolutions. We got new Pokemon, we got new secrets, we got new places, we got new villains, we got new everything. It's going to completely give us a new whole look on. Is it going to look bad if I have my sunglasses on? Let me see. No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to wear my sunglasses during the broadcast. Okay. It's going to be, I think it's going to be good. Not a day one purchase for me, but I think that it's overdue, this sort of overhaul with Pokemon. And I think it's going to do good things for the company, even though that Pokemon Go raised it like $1 trillion in stock. So, I mean, what more could you want from a company? So from the 18th of Sun and Moon, we're going to go to the 22nd, which is the Amnesia collection. It's going to be the Dark Descent and the Machine for Pigs. Now, I didn't play Amnesia, but I want to. So provided this is within a good price point, I will definitely pick it up because I know it's kind of a creepy, scary game. Not to mention that is coming, that collection, Assassin's Creed collection, and then the Darksiders War Master collection is coming out on the 22nd also, which is going to be 60 frames per second for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 users, but it's going to be 30 frames per second for Wii U, which, why is anybody buying anything for Wii U anymore? I'm not sure, but for those that are out there for that. Then, so that takes us to the end of the month. I probably missed a few games, but those are the hot titles that are coming out this month. Oh, I totally forgot. Final Fantasy 15. This is the big dog. I'm telling you, it's going to oust everything. Apparently, it's coming out. Apparently, I say that for sure. 29th of November. It's going to have new DLC in different time frames for each of the characters. And they're talking about expanding on playable DLC for the female characters in the game, too. So that'll make it a playable female character in the game, which they didn't originally intend to do. But seriously, if you guys have not seen the new Final Fantasy movie, The Kingsglaive, if you haven't researched it, please do. It's going to be great. Honest, if you hated Final Fantasy 13, great. I don't care what you say. Just give Final Fantasy 15 a chance. They put a lot of time into this. And the Collector's Edition has the Blu-ray with it, so you'll be able to see King's Worth It. I have already seen it in theaters. I was fortunate enough to be one of the select theaters in Orlando. All right, so let's keep going. The next thing is going to be the PSN titles of the month. We have Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and Deadly Tower of Monsters. Now, I have not played, but I know that it's a lengthy platinum because you can't run. So you have to walk around everywhere. I heard it's a good game, though. Scarier than it was. But I watched a few playthroughs, and it doesn't seem that scary. Maybe I just missed the jump factors or whatever it may be. But, by the way, if this skips or lags or does anything, it's because I'm on the Walt Disney World Wi-Fi. That's where I'm at right now, at Disney in Epcot for the Day of the Dead in Mexico. But if it ends up skipping or lagging or anything, my apologies. But let me go to the Deadly Towers of Monsters. This game, I don't know how I have never heard of it, but PlayStation, thank you so much for giving it to us for free. Because while it's not a AAA, it is great. It is a fantastic idea. It is a director's commentary on a VHS or DVD, depending on what quality you pick. But it's still the same commentary. The director's commentary while you're playing a video game of a movie. So if you stand there too long, he's like, I don't remember having the actor stand this long and do nothing. Or apparently during this scene, the actor didn't want to do anything at all. And I think that that's hilarious. That's genius. And as you play throughout the game, it's literally a movie, but the director's talking over the entire thing. And he's funny. I mean, it's a good time. And it's so easy. There's no difficulty settings. The trophies are easy. It's just the most ridiculous gameplay. You get all these random weapons. Just go check it out. It's worth it. I'm telling you. No brains to play. That's what you need to go try. And for PS3, which if anybody owns PS3 anymore or plays it, you get Dirt 3 and Costume Quest 2. That's all I'm going to say about those two, because seriously, we're talking about PlayStation 4 Pro and Xbox Slim. So if you don't have the next gen yet, well, then you're probably not going to watch this anyway. So going over to the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, it's interesting because they released the patents that they have for the system, and that would be distance metering, distance reading, and infrared camera, and also projection. So if you've seen this, it shows like the Switch and a guy's hand on the side and like a baseball being projected onto his hand and like him trying to pitch it to the Switch. So it's interesting to know that while it may just be a large Game Boy, it might actually warrant something to buy. Like it could have enough features to experiment with it, just like the Wii did. You know, the Wii had the nunchuck and the Wiimote, and it was motion activated, and that was a cool thing for a long time. How many parties did we go drinking at and play Wii bowling or Wii tennis, right? But if the Switch ends up having something that is notable and new and fresh, it's worth picking up. I mean, and that's what keeps Nintendo alive, right? So after that, let's see. That just raises a lot of questions, because Nintendo hasn't officially come out and said that, but there have been people that have leaked the fact that they have patents to these different types of, mechanisms and things like that. So either way, we'll find out soon enough, I guess. So I just read something actually waiting for this one table. By the way, this one table has a perfect shot of what's behind me, and there's no other place in Epcot that has this spot. So I waited for this for like 40 minutes, but while I was waiting, I also read that Kingdom Hearts 99.8, because that's how I feel they're doing this shit, but 2.8 comes out in January, and apparently shortly after is going to be Kingdom Hearts 3. I just don't care anymore. They took so long to come out with something like that. It's just not worth it. So, I mean, of course, when it comes out, I'll be a little jazzed. Of course, everybody will be. Just like when Nintendo released the NX. We were like, oh, what is it? And then the people found out, and we were like, really? That's it? I think that my generation, which played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 that came out, won't necessarily be so excited for it, because you took too long. Like, it's been years. It's been so long, and you've definitely kind of diminished the interest. But apparently it's coming out sometime in 2017. That's what I read. But flipping over to some anime news, which is kind of interesting. The Dragon Ball Z Super, which is the first time in 18 years that they've come out with a new Dragon Ball Z story. It's not a remake. It's not Dragon Ball GT. It's not anything HD. It's actually taking place after Majin Buu, which is a big deal. Crunchyroll is now broadcasting it as of October 22nd for North America and all the other countries. So it has the subs and dubs, depending on which you want to watch. But I think that's awesome. Good job, Funimation or whoever's backing this project. I think that's a great thing for you guys to do. And let's see, Uncharted, the movie Uncharted is due to have the director of Stranger Things, which I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, he did a great job with Stranger Things. It's supposed to be Marky Mark. It's supposed to be Mark Wahlberg. And provided he's not some sort of Brooklyn badass in his 40s, if he can get rid of his accent and he can get rid of his persona that he plays in every single movie, I think that's a good Nathan Drake. But, you know, if he doesn't wipe the slate clean, it's going to screw it up for all of us. And, you know, Fassbender at least was able to play somebody that was actually kind of along the same lines of Assassin's Creed, which is due to come out soon. But I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous about Uncharted the movie. Who knows? It might go through a bunch of directors. It might go through a bunch of Nathan Drakes. But that is pretty solid that they were talking about Mark Wahlberg and the director from Stranger Things. And the last little bit of news I have for you is there's this. I'm not lying about this. There's a Sonic the Hedgehog movie coming out. Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's live action mixed with CGI. I'm telling you, this is reliable. It's coming out in 2018. It's going to have Tim Miller, the director from Deadpool. He came out to say he's not going to direct Deadpool 2 because he's going to direct the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. So, I guess we'll see how good that is. I have no idea. I think it might be. I don't even know. I don't know how they can come out with a Sonic movie before a Pokemon live action movie, and it kind of makes me mad. It pisses me off. But I'm not in the movie industry and whatever. So that's all I have for you right now. I think that was a lot to fit in to about a half hour. I'm going to go walk around Epcot and enjoy the rest of the day. The sun's starting to set a little bit, so probably in a couple hours it'll be nighttime and it'll get a little chilly. It gets cold for Floridians. Anywho, if you have anything to say, any comments, questions or concerns, posts, anything noteworthy, please put it in the comments below. And thanks for joining us. The last little thing I want to touch on is a little bit more on Battlefield 1. I just want to talk a little bit more about it before I go. The Battlefield 1, this isn't news to anybody if you've already researched the game, is like I think it's 4 or 5 storylines that are short storylines, short little chapters of people that were in World War I, and it's all different types of gameplay. So you'll have airplanes and flying, you'll have a minigunner, you'll have a horseback Arabian, there's like a lot of different factions of the game you're going to play. It's a little interesting. The single player is decent. It seems like it has enough to hold your interest, but the multiplayer is really what comes in. You have domination, which is capture the flags without vehicles, and then you're going to have team deathmatch. You're going to have rush, which is where you have to go get the different telegraphs. You're going to have to blow them up or save them, depending on what team you're on. And then you have Conquest, which has vehicles and infantry, and then you're going to capture the flag. So there's 4 different game modes, but the 5th new game mode this time is Pigeons. Pigeons is it sounds more ridiculous than it actually is. You find the pigeon, you hold the pigeon, you release the pigeon, and then it's basically duck hunt from there. If you're the opposing team that didn't release the pigeon, you're basically trying to shoot it out of the air. It's the first of 3 points. It actually is fun. It's a good time because it's a little different, but it's almost the same as Team Deathmatch. So you're out there, you're running around, but you have that X factor of somebody going to get a pigeon and releasing it, which is kind of different. So don't let anybody discourage you about Battlefield 1. The weather system is great. The destruction is awesome. You can blow apart any building. You can literally drive tanks through buildings and doorways. But it's different. It's completely different from Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. It's completely different from Hardline. So you just need to try it. If you need to red box it, go red box it. If you need to just rent it from Gamefly, then that's cool too. I bought it on a whim because I knew I liked Hardline and everything else that Battlefield's come out with, and it hasn't disappointed yet. So anyway, you guys have a good rest of the week. I'll update soon once I get another compiled list of things noteworthy to talk about, and have a good rest of the week. All right, I'll catch you later. Bye.